Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Victor again this morning. So yeah, it's time to talk again. It's time to talk about interesting thing. So today I'm gonna bring up another topic that sounds interesting with me. You gotta become wiser. You gotta become you gotta become you need to be a perpetual learner. This is the new way nowadays. Okay, for me, I don't know. Uh, Back in the day when I was really young, this is how I was thinking. I was even trying to prevent learning all the time. Like, oh, when it come time to pick a career path, I was like, oh, I don't want to take a career path that's gonna get me learning all the time. Like, yeah, they're talking about cybersecurity because it's something that you gotta be learning all the time because stuff keep changing. I was like, okay, maybe I should go do some medicine, become a doctor, because what they're doing is kind of static. It doesn't change that much. Or maybe I'll go and do law school, something like that. Look at the way I was thinking, and I was like, really? That's a really bad way of handling things because nowadays, whatever you're doing, wherever you are now, you have to be learning like all the time. Like like you know, you gotta be wiser because the more you grow, the more your problem grows with you. So there's no even no sense for you for stop learning. It doesn't really make sense. You understand? Because by the time you stop, let's say you go to high school, you go to university, you already have a speed learning process. And I was really shocked when I realized that in my life later, when I done with my graduate school, and I started internship, and I really started slowing down because I wasn't really learning at the same speed that I was doing at school, and that was really bad for me. We should have been stopped learning. Maybe not in the same big way we were doing when we were in university or doing or graduate school, but we should have some habit at the side learning about something that interesting us. Let's say maybe it could be what you're actually doing on your job, but you should be learning about actual life because sometimes we focus more on our career, we finish everything, and then we out in the world and we actually have to live our life. And then sometimes we really do not have the knowledge, the stuff necessary to kind of handle um everything that come in life, from relationship, having a kid, financial situation. It's like we were training just for specific stuff, but this is what real life look like, and we kind of like, really, we get the money, we get the career, but the actual life is hard to handle. So this is the part that you gotta train, you gotta learn on your own way, because there's actually no, I don't know, specific critic that is called life. That's where you gotta learn from people experience. You're gonna learn from people around you, and my point here is like you gotta keep learning. You gotta be a perpetual learner. Like, you gotta have this mindset in your mind. Like, you're gonna stop learning when you're gonna die, and this way you will never really suffer. This is where freedom is, because this is something I really put it in the wrong way in my mind. Like, hey, once I'm done with my grad school, I find my job, I'm done. I'm not gonna think anymore. That's it for me. I'm gonna live my life. And no. I was just lying to myself. I was lying to myself because the more you dream, the more you have some big stuff you wanna put down, you wanna realize, or you wanna involve, or you wanna help the world. You gotta keep learning all the time. All the time. One of the reason is today stuff going really, really fast, like 10, 100 times faster than before, because information are coming from everywhere. And this even bring another point. Sometimes there's too much stuff to learn that you have to spend most of your time choosing what you're gonna learn. Because this is another one things that you have to be able to do today. Like, there's too much stuff to learn. There's too much path career. Depending on your goal or whatever you want to learn, you gotta take time, too much time to choose before even going ahead and learn what you want to learn. Yeah, this is just a reality. Okay, it's like nowadays people do not talk too much about the hard working stuff. They're trying to put the smart first, and because there's a lot of leverage today to become wealthy, so you have to think about. It's not like, oh, back in the day, in the time, oh, you're just gonna work harder, hard, if you want to, let's say, become rich. But today there's leverage like everywhere. People in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years can become multi-millionaires. So sometimes you want to think about, like, hey, should I spend more time to strategize? Should I spend more time to pick the right skills so I can sell it? So this is where you should kind of put your energy. This is where you should kind of think, like, hey, what is actually where I should put my energy in order to have a wonderful output? This is the way you got to place all your thinking at this time nowadays. I'm not gonna lie to you. If something I've been working on, yeah, I definitely want to be in that situation that I do something and that can help a lot of people. And in the other hand, they're gonna thank me with money, and then yeah, I can lead me to financial freedom as well. So I really want to share this one with you guys. So you're gonna think about, you're gonna put this in your mind, like, hey, you're never gonna stop learning. Okay, people who actually own the world or own everything are people who are kind of ahead of people. They're kind of learning like all the time. They're trying to be the first. Okay, so you have to be in that mindset. Like, you gotta be wiser at anything that you actually do. You just keep wanting the best, and that's gonna drive you one step after another step, and that's how you're gonna become wiser. This is one other thing I was it's kind of talk to me now, like, hey, it's true, I'm trying to go ahead and have advice from everywhere. Hey, can you tell me this? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do this? How do you do that? It's good to actually get advice. It's good to actually read this book. It's gonna give you ideas, but you actually want to put your brain in action. You actually want to take massive action. You actually want to do something to be able to train to more understand what you've learned. That's the only way you're gonna find yourself. Okay, I can do this or I can do that. So guys, hey, this is the thing now. Become wiser. Do not stop learning. Yeah, you gotta learn like all the time. It has to be a habit, a learning habit. Always ask yourself at that specific time, what is the knowledge that I'm trying to gain? Okay, depending on where you want to go. It can be anything. It can be anything. The truth is that, hey, this is one thing I'm gonna add here right now. Sometimes ideas is kind of how am I gonna say it? It's a system of stuff, because you have put your hand in many things sometime, and an idea can come out of this different thing that you were doing. You kind of reading, playing football, solving a family matter, talking with someone, and then all these little things around you kind of generate maybe a solution to a problem, maybe the reading of a new book or reading of someone in the past. So you want to keep be in that position where you getting information, okay? You get information from book, talking with wise people, solving problem. In the other hand, assisting your family, and all those little things that you kind of do will. And the question you ask yourself sometimes, because hey, this is another one. The question that you ask yourself the right question. Yeah, this is another things that I learned to do. That is, it's just amazing. Ask yourself the right question as well. You know, question doesn't necessarily mean you will definitely have an answer, but by asking the question, you kind of you give a sense of direction to your brain. Oh, this is where I want you to think. So you kind of helping your brain to think when you ask question. So it's something that I like to do now. I just want to ask the question. Even as the question sounds crazy, just ask that question. Write that question down. Read the question. Because this is the thing. While your brain is reading the question, his attempt to look for a solution. And let's say you read that question like couple time. You're gonna read a question in couple time, in couple situation, in couple environment, and the solution will pop up. It will pop up. Sometimes you don't have to think that much, but it will pop up. So do that exercise all the time. You be in a situation you don't know the answer. Just put out ask a question. How can I do this? If I do this, how can I do this? If I do that, how can I do this? Just ask those questions. Put them down. Go ahead and read those questions again and again. And that's how your brain gonna say, okay, you know what? Let's try this, or let's try that, or let's try this. And this is how I just gonna kind of form up, and then bam, your solution is out. Yeah. So yes, guys, you're gonna keep learning. You're gonna become wiser again and again. So thanks for listening to me. Thanks for watching this video. If you think you have something from this video, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. So hey, if